This pharmaceutical giants knowingly that have sold HIV-infected treatment to the NHS. Jason Evans, director and founder of Factor 8, a campaign for the victims of contaminated blood scandal and their families, joins me. Jason, thanks a lot for coming on. What is this? I mean, pharmaceutical companies knowingly sold treatments that were infected with HIV to the NHS. I mean, this is unbelievable.
Good afternoon, Ali. Yes, I mean, what we're seeing now is the truth, the real truth about the infected blood scandal is now finally coming out as we approach the final report of the infected blood inquiry on the 20th of May. Now, at the heart of this story, which the Telegraph have been reporting today, an excellent journalist, Cara McGugan, who's wrote a book on this called The Poison Line, what she's reported on is that these pharmaceutical giants, which I know we're not going to name today, but they are named in the Telegraph article. When the documents show that when these companies absolutely knew their products were infected with HIV and hepatitis, they continued to sell them to the NHS for huge profits for years. And of course, we know that thousands of people are infected through these. They're called Factor 8 blood products, and then they were made in an extremely dangerous way, which I'll keep very brief, where basically blood plasma donations from prisons and high-risk sources in the US, tens of thousands of these paid-for donations were mixed together, which meant you only need, one infected donation, and all this product was infected. Every bottle was infected with hepatitis C, and a third of it was infected with HIV.
Appalling.
So it is unbelievable.
Appalling. Now, tell me, Jason, it's also being reported in some of the news outlets today that ministers in the UK have agreed to a 3-month deadline to establish a compensation scheme for the victims of the infected blood scandal. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yes, so actually this Thursday just gone, I met myself with the Paymaster General John Glenn, Cabinet Minister, for around 45 minutes. And I do think now the government are serious about paying compensation to victims and their families. I think pretty much everyone would say this has gone on for far too long and things aren't happening fast enough. So I think, we would like to see a bit more speed on this, but it does now look finally like victims and families are in line for some redress. And look, I know it's been mentioned about the cost of this, but the victims, and this is what's really important for people to remember, have suffered huge losses because people haven't been able to get life insurance, health insurance, they haven't been able to get mortgages. People not just only lost their jobs and their businesses, but they couldn't have the careers, the education they could have had. People couldn't have children. People had to abort children. I mean, the scale of loss and suffering is just incredible. Appalling.
Jason, thank you very much indeed. That was Jason Evans, director and founder of Factor 8, the campaign for victims of the contaminated blood scandal. Back to my question to you.